Selection Sunday is here. The NCAA Tournament is about to begin. Fernandez, Brian Murphy. Let's just go ahead and get straight into it with a team we know is going to be in the NCAA Tournament even before we came in today. That was the Duke Blue Devils. Brian, the expectation was that they would be a #1 overall seed. And would you look at it? Duke is indeed a #1 seed, but not the #1 overall seed.
Right, it came down to Auburn against Duke. Duke obviously owns a home victory against Auburn this season, but Auburn's 15 quad one wins, enough to give them the #1 overall seed in the entire tournament.
Let's go ahead and look at what their first round matchup is going to be. They will be playing a 16 seed. The team they are playing will be playing in the first 4. They will face either American or Mount St. Mary's. They will play on Friday, and I think the most important part is they will be playing in Raleigh, North Carolina at the Lenovo Center.
Yeah, Duke has struggled at the Lenovo Center, and of course their big upset loss to Mercer in the first round of the NCAA Tournament came at the Lenovo Center, but this team is supposed to have Cooper Flagg back, should be poised to make a long run in this tournament.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the notes about what Duke will be facing here in the East region. They are the #1 overall seed in the East region. Duke, their #2 seed is Alabama. Should Duke win and not get upset, have one of these type of 116 upsets, they would face the winner of Mississippi State and Baylor. So in that situation, you either have an SEC team or a team that has a guard that used to play for you in Jeremy Roach.
Yeah, and somewhere along the line, they could meet Caleb Love, former North Carolina guard, and the Arizona Wildcats.
Yeah, Arizona is the 4 seed, Alabama the 2 seed, the 3 seed is Wisconsin in their region. One thing that is interesting, they have a couple of those trendy upset picks, if you will, in this region. BYU at the 6 seed, who played well down the stretch. VCU, another team that played well down the stretch. So their region, I would not say, is the most difficult, but it is not the easiest either.
Yeah, also their path, Raleigh to Newark to San Antonio, an ideal path if you're Duke before the season. You would have taken this path. You'd have obviously taken a #1 seed.
And it's got to be Final Four, bust, championship for bust for the Duke Blue Devils. And you mentioned this before. Let's go ahead and hear from head coach Jon Scheyer on the availability of Cooper Flagg for the first round.
That's exactly my intention. It's the same thing. I mean, I think it's trending in a great way where Cooper will be ready to go right away in the NCAA tournament.
Obviously, great news for Duke. He's the ACC Player of the Year, ACC Newcomer of the Year, and most likely National Player of the Year.
And #1 NBA draft pick. I think it told a lot about what Duke's, what their attention is on this year. He sat out the final 2 games of the ACC tournament to get ready for the NCAA tournament. This team, Duke, has much bigger fish to fry, much bigger goals, ambitions than just winning the ACC tournament.
Let's go ahead and go to the other team that we had a lot of questions about, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Did they do enough to get into the NCAA tournament? That was the big question. And drum roll, please, UNC will be in the NCAA tournament. They do not miss out, even though there were some questions. They were a bubble team. They are an 11 seed playing in the first 4. Can we see their matchup really quick? They will be facing San Diego State in the first 4 in Dayton.
Yeah, you might remember a couple years ago, San Diego State made it all the way to the national championship game. I think North Carolina breathing a sigh of relief that they're in the tournament. That 1-12 against quad 1 opponents certainly stuck out like a sore thumb, but they played a very difficult non-conference schedule. They have played better of late. They've won 8 of their last 10. Those only 2 losses are to Duke. And so I guess the one fact you'll hear from now until Carolina is eliminated, North Carolina Athletic Director Bubba Cunningham is the chairman of the selection committee.
You do wonder how much kind of jostling and politicking there was on there, but they will face San Diego State, both as 11 seeds in the first 4. The winner of this game will play Ole Miss, a 6 seed from the SEC in Milwaukee, and then should, let's say, UNC somehow go on a run here, they would then face the winner of Iowa State and Lipscomb after that in Milwaukee again.
And we have seen teams get hot out of the first 4 and make it all the way to the Final Four. It's happened a couple of times, and we need no better example than what NC State was able to pull off. Last year, they didn't go to the they didn't go to the first 4, of course, but they did make it to the Final Four unexpectedly. This North Carolina team going to be a lot of debate, right? San Diego State, another bubble team, got in. Xavier in Texas also got in as bubble teams. They'll also be in the first 4, and so This North Carolina team, if they play the way they did down the end of the season with Jalen Withers and Van Allen Lubin, they have a chance to make some noise in this tournament.
You also wonder, there was so much pressure on them just to get to the tournament. Do they maybe have a little bit of weight taken off the shoulder now that they are there? Do they play a little more free? We'll see how all of that unfolds. Now, information we do not know. We do not yet know tip-off times for these games. Those will be revealed throughout the night. And then we're also waiting to hear what day this will be happening. The first four takes place over 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. So a lot to still unpack. And hey, Brian, this is only half of it. We also have the women's NCAA tournament, which the selection show will be coming up for that one at about 8 o'clock tonight. Something to keep an eye out for, where you could see UNC, NC State, and Duke all hosting the first weekend as top 16 seeds.
Yeah, not as much drama about who's going to get into that tournament, but the drama is in who do they get to host, and who do they get to play in the triangle.
Now, we're excited to see how that one unfolds. There will be a lot of basketball here and beyond over the next few weeks. Luis Fernandez, Brian Murphy. For more information on the women's basketball selection show, stay tuned to WRAL, Fox 50, and WRALSportsFan.com. And we'll keep you updated on the men's as well as the women's as the tournament unfolds over the next few weeks.